Get ready to rock, because QVC is proud to present Bon Jovi live from the HP Pavilion in beautiful San Jose, California.
You know, there's a lot of bands that come and go. They have one hit and that's it, but that is not Bon Jovi. In about 20 years, their music careers continue to get stronger and stronger. From 1984 to 2001, they played in 47 countries. Throughout their career, they've sold almost 100 million albums. In fact, from 1984 to 2001, they did 2,000 live shows and performed for 31 million people. And if you have ever seen Bon Jovi live, then you know exactly why. Well, if you have not been able to get a ticket to their sold-out Bounce concert tour, as it has been sold out for quite some time, this is the only venue in the entire United States where you're going to get to see part of that tour live on camera tonight in part of 3 shows with QVC. My name is Lisa Robertson, and I'm going to be interviewing Bon Jovi in the next little bit. Jackie Gonzalez is standing by. And I just love to say this, she's up in our booth with our friend,
I feel so official, Lisa. Well, thank you so much for tuning into QVC. My name is Jackie Gonzalez, and we can hardly wait to tell you about tonight. It's going to be an amazing evening. And what is this all about at QVC? This is your chance to pick up a limited edition, tour edition CD, not only of their latest CD, which is Bounce, but a DVD or a VHS of your choice. So let's tell you what you're going to get from QVC when you're placing your order. Well, our order, it's item number E17800. Now, you're not going to find this combination of DVD or VHS footage in your record store, your video store, anywhere. You're only going to find it here at QVC. Now, when you dial in, you are going to buy not only the CD, their latest, which is Bounce, which is their 8th studio album, but you're getting that exclusive footage from the Bounce tour with 12 videos for $24.48. Advanced orders E17800.
Somebody said that being in a band for 20 years was like a marriage. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, you know, sometimes, believe me, you know more about each other than you do your own brothers and sisters.
Right.
Yeah, we've been through everything together, and I think that's where the bond is and why it runs so deep and why it's difficult to break into that circle. Because 20 years ago, these guys had the faith in me to drop everything else in their lives and get on this train. And not only did we get on it, but man, it was just.
It's a train.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And not for 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 years. This is 20 years down the road, and we're selling out multiple nights in stadiums now, and it's a beautiful thing. We sort of are really enjoying it. Happy to be here.
So if somebody out there is not been lucky enough to hear the CD yet, which I know they've already been very, very popular, but what can we expect off the new Bounce CD?
I think it's a great journey. You know, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it takes you through a lot of emotional ups and downs, but always with an underlying optimism.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best albums that we've ever made. And the threads of optimism, as David said, always flow through our lyrics and stuff like that. So I think it's a good, optimistic rock and roll record.
What's the biggest challenge when you're putting everything together now with a career that is so amazing?
I don't know. I think every day is just to do the best you can, do a little bit better than yesterday, and give the people value for their money and, a real super production, so that you have all the folks like you have here that have been calling saying they're seeing it since they're in the 9th grade and they're married now and they have kids of their own, and you don't let them down. Like I was saying before, it's not nostalgia. This is a life experience for a lot of folks, and it makes us feel good.
And, of course, in our last hour, we had Bon Jovi live with us on the stage during their sound check, answering some questions. Hope you got through to ask yours. In this half hour, Lon Friend's going to be joining us, who is a veteran rock journalist who has traveled extensively with the band. He's going to be joining us and talking about the band. And toward the end of this half hour, you'll see the beginning part of the concert. But one of the cool things about Bon Jovi is that they have always been very popular. And through their 20 years, they're continue to be even more and more popular with their fans and with different age groups. Their 8th studio album is called Bounce. Bounce is a CD that has already been very popular in the stores and around the world. But what we did tonight was something a little bit different, which was work with the people with Bon Jovi and have a limited edition VHS or DVD along with your CD for $24 and change. Some of the footage you're going to see on this are very much like the music videos you would see on television. Some of it is going to be footage very similar to what you would see in concerts. Some of the footage is footage that you would see actually put up behind the singers, behind the band, while they're in concert. And some of them are pieces that have only been seen in Europe and haven't even been seen anywhere in the United States. And here is a little bit more with Bon Jovi talking about their newest CD, Bounce.
The title of the record's Bounce. It was more of a title in the first person and then became that of the country.
Bounce. The thing I like about that word is that it has its own meaning to everybody. To me, what it really means is when adversity hits you, you can bounce back.
Bounce is being in the band for 20 years, and the times we have bounced back.
I think it's one of those things that is almost impossible. I think a lot of people either don't stay with the times or burn themselves out. Bon Jovi's done neither.
Right. No. This is not a burnout factor.
Right.
They stepped back a couple times in their career, did solo projects, actually disbanded for a moment or two, and then they came back together, and they didn't self-destruct, which is a tremendous, it's a miracle, because most bands do self-destruct.
Right.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. You have people that have different viewpoints about your music and about lifestyle and touring, and especially art. It's a testimonial. These guys actually, they love each other.
I've been knocked down so many times.